of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm just rolling in here myself. Are we getting everyone in behind the camera? I was like, why are y'all standing off to the side of the camera? We get a little background. I think we're like off too. It's like kind of over here. I think they actually knew where the camera was pointing. It's kind of sideways, right? There we go. There, now we're centered up. Hello, everyone in the Zoom world. We're over here at Alley 24. Is it just Alley Apartments?
It's Alley 24.
Alley 24.
South Lake Union.
South Lake Union. We're here in South Lake Union, Seattle, Washington. Iulia's got to remind me where we're at. We're just pulling up. Well, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening, spending your Friday night with us. It is Friday, isn't it, Jason? Happy Friday, y'all. We made it to the weekend. We're here for the Village Rally. It is finally here. Our theme tonight here, the people that are virtual village members joining from around the U.S. Let's see, you've got online. Kyle, where are you calling? Calling from the East Coast, yeah? Awesome. We got calling from the East Coast. We've got some friends in Idaho. We've got some friends around. Anyone further than Kyle on the East Coast? I don't think so. I think Kyle's going to win that one out. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm going to turn it over to Stephen. We're going to kick things off like we normally do at the Village with an acknowledgement. So, Stephen, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Andre. So I just wanted to read the dictionary definition of acknowledgement because it's really an important part of what the Village does. An acknowledgement is an acceptance of the truth or existence of something. It's the action of expressing or displaying gratitude or appreciation for something, and the action of showing that somebody has noticed someone or something. So we acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the Duwamish people whose land was stolen and whose cultures were diminished. We honor those people, past and present, and the beautiful land that they stewarded and that we stand on. We also stand on the labor of people of color, many of whom have built our buildings, our economy, and our infrastructure. And we recognize the systems of oppression that have resulted from white supremacy and patriarchy. And we strive to move beyond that in our village. Back to you, Andre. Whoops, your sound is not working. You're muted.
I think we're back online. Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for that acknowledgement and kicking us off this evening at our Village Rally. And with that, we're going to hang out with each other a little bit with our breakout rooms like we normally do. So our prompt this evening, our theme is caretaking and being caretakers. So the prompt this evening, you're going to have one of three choices, a little bit of a choose your own adventure, but it's going to be, when have you taken care of someone else, been taken care of, or seen an act of kindness where someone was being taken care of? So we're going to head into some breakout rooms and we're going to discuss one of those three options. So again, when was the last time you took care of someone, saw someone being taken care of, or you yourself were being taken care of?
Yeah, for us too. Yeah, for us too.
All right, y'all, coming back from our first breakout room this evening, talking about a time when we had either been taken care of or we took care of someone else. So hopefully that was encouraging in one way or another. You're either sharing how someone took care of you or maybe getting some ideas for how we can take care of each other, especially when there's some things going on in the world that are less than ideal. So I don't know if y'all have seen me like lately. I know I've been super busy. Was just chatting with Corbin here. Both of us being in school, it makes it kind of hard to join sometimes. So you're like, who the heck is this guy making in a cameo and talking on a mic. You just bring some guy in a suit and he shows up and talks. I don't know about this. It doesn't feel very Village-like. So my name is Andre. I was here in the early days of the Village, and for the past 6 months, haven't been able to join as much due to other commitments. But Village has been a super big part of my life, especially over the course of the pandemic, not being able to socialize and feel like I had community and people to be around. It definitely brought me a lot of joy. I definitely felt like I was being taken care of, and hopefully I was able to return that favor now and again. So even though I haven't been able to join regularly on Tuesdays due to class conflicts, I was able to join the advisory board and was super grateful to VillageCo, which has been established by these amazing people behind me, in front of me, and on Zoom. And to be able to continue contributing until I can come back more regularly. So really grateful for that opportunity. And for anyone who wasn't aware of the advisory board, should definitely hit up VillageCo and President Christine in order to learn more about it. So, all right. Well, with that, going to be introducing a video from Michael. So Michael, what do we got on the docket? Oh, talk after the video. We're gonna go straight to the video and then Michael talk. So I got the order wrong. We're going to the video, y'all.
Is it, Jason, is the video on one of the slides, or is it?
Yeah, there's a YouTube link in that document. It's not in the slide, no.
Oh, it's not in the slides. Okay.
Yeah. So Michael, you get to speak before the video while he's getting it lined
Go
up.
for it.
Well, so I'm Michael. Many of you on this call know me. Some of you are going to see this later don't know me. I've been very involved with the Village since the beginning. And one of the things that I've done is every week when, for a long time, in a while, every week when we have our conversations, we would share back what we talked about. And we record it and I make a little video out of it. And we learned a lot from those. It was just great to kind of hear what we talked about over time and see how everything really connected and how we always kind of get into the same thing, and it always developed more. So we're gonna watch a video that's kind of a compilation of all that. I think I call it a 2-year retrospective. That in my mind is my version, is my answer to what is the Village. So that's great. And I'm excited for everyone online and everyone who's gonna watch this later to see it. So I guess let's do it.
Well, what I value most about the villages are the people, like Andre, the host with the most. I have met so many interesting folks with skills I never even thought about. For example, Jarrett paints these amazing little gamer animals and figures. Not only does he do that, he also writes science fiction that I have yet to grok. It has so many amazing dimensions. Another person I met here is Abby, who did an amazing job of designing and refining my most recent Big Joy newsletter. Thank you so much, Abby. And Bill's meditations have been really helpful to me, given me a way into stillness on sometimes turbulent days. So for me, it's the opportunity to meet people both on a surface level and also to go deeper, either personally or professionally, that makes the Village so valuable to me. And I'd like to turn it over to Kyle Robinson in New York City.
Hey, great to see everyone here. My name is Kyle Robinson. I joined the Village, I believe it was 2020. You know, back in 2020, we had plenty of distractions going on. Everybody did. There was pandemics, social issues. Nobody, I should say not many people, were thinking about what we have here at Village, what we saw the need to do. And we went inward and we started building the community differently. Being on the other side of the country, I definitely didn't expect to or intend to find a group in Seattle to call a home. However, as it happened, I met with Jason and it turned out that we had this core similarity or this shared value in conversation. And when I came to the Village to check it out the first couple of times, I saw the same thing. But I don't think I had joined just yet. And what finally did move me to join is that I found an opportunity. I saw potential here. I saw that I had people coming together who didn't know me, mostly didn't know each other, but shared the same value that our conversations, connection, is what matters. So what I got out of the village was way more than what I expected. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm an advocate for a lot of people who are incarcerated. Bringing dignity to our incarcerated population, I think, is necessary if we're going to build a society at all in which people are dignified and valued. So to say in short, this is a place where whatever your personal passion is, whatever you're invested in, if you feel like you're on your own, or if you just want to grow it, if you want to present what's important to you to others and begin to build a community around that, what you need is right here in this room. And that's why I joined, and that's why I'm a supporter of the village. And I would recommend that people, come and check it out if you haven't already. And if you don't find exactly what you're looking for, then we'll help you. I'm Kyle. I'm done speaking. Thanks.
I think Calli is next.
I am. So piggybacking off Kyle and his thoughts about the impact the village model can have, I want to tell you a story. And that story grew out of some of the key components of a village gathering. So the acknowledgement, the open space conversations, the people that gather, and their shared desire to live in a more connected world. So in 2021, we found ourselves in the second year of a pandemic. And at a Village Seattle gathering, one of our dear and most long-term members, a nurse of 50 years herself, did a beautiful acknowledgement about healthcare workers and the struggles they were still facing every day. This inspired an open space conversation addressing how we could support these everyday heroes. So what stemmed from there was an amazing community effort. We identified a local Seattle hospital as a place we could focus our energy. Money was raised among village members. Self-care goodies were donated and purchased and turned into gift baskets. Thank you cards were handmade all over the Seattle area and beyond and collected. And finally, these lovingly crafted items were delivered to hardworking healthcare workers at Harborview Medical Center. It was a perfect example of this somewhat simple goal, wanting to support healthcare workers, needing caretakers, and needing a village. With strong connected communities, the potential is endless. Any member can bring an idea or an issue into a village gathering space, and when shared, that can be transformed into something beautiful out into our broader communities. So speaking of lovingly handcrafted goods, I hear that Blaire has some art for us.
Hello, my name is Blaire, and I have been a part of the village for just about a year now. And a gift that I really like to connect with others with is through art. And so tonight, before our gathering today, I brought some art supplies and we made love notes. So it's a project that I have done for the past couple of years, and I shared with all of these.
Sorry, we should pause. Rob, would you mind stopping in the screen share so we can see?
Okay, sorry.
Hello. So we made notes that you can't see, so that's okay. Read them. Yes, I can read some of them. So it's a project that I did because I used to commute really early to the hospital, and that didn't make me the happiest. So I started leaving notes behind for strangers. And so I invited the villagers today to make some notes. And some of them say, the magic is within you. What sparks your heart? Allow your heart to guide you. You got this. And just a bunch of other notes that we're going to continue to connect with others. And I am going to pass the mic over to the wonderful Christine, who is our first VillageCo President, yes.
Thank you, Blaire. So if anything came out of the pandemic is if we feel anything, we wear a mask. So I tested negative, just getting over a little bit of a cold, but happy to be here. And so you might have heard of VillageCo, and you might be wondering what's the difference between VillageCo and Village. And I will attempt to answer that in the concepts of nest, chaos, design, systems thinking, fitting in, and emergence in like 5 minutes. And so when you think of a nest, a bird's nest, we've all seen a bird's nest. Birds usually start with just, chaos, piling, collecting twigs, leaves, and dumping it onto a tree branch. And it's just a pile. And then they go into trimming the materials and shaping it into a design, into a nest. And then the design is hopefully essentially there to support, nourish the egg, incubate, essentially be a container and incubator for the egg, which is essentially, I guess, a symbol for the future. And so you can think of VillageCo as the nest and villages as the eggs or the hatchlings that come out of the eggs. And so, for example, Village Seattle is further off. And so it's kind of a full-fledged bird. And we're hoping that VillageCo will exist to help, to incubate other eggs, other villages and other regions, other neighborhoods and families. And so that is the nest metaphor. I want to talk a little bit about my background. So I'm going to share a story where growing up, I kind of felt like I didn't fit in. I always, instead of playing in the playgrounds, I would play out in the fields because the field, allowed me to use my imagination. And I think I didn't, and even now I still feel like I don't fit in. But when I became an adult, I bumped into systems thinking, and systems thinking really helped me kind of understand how I see the world in that, the world is whole, and it's a holistic lens. It takes a look at how we're all interconnected and how, desperate random things are somehow connected in some way. And so going back to the nest analogy, what started out as like a bunch of twigs or with village, just a bunch of people get together and somehow create, this nest, create something where emergence might happen. So with VillageCo, it's not just a heady analogy. With VillageCo, we've created something tangible, a real nest, where we have a program which you've all experienced, which includes the grounding and the roles and open space and having all this dialogue. And we've also created a toolkit which future groups can use so they could eventually create their own villages. It includes how to get members and membership policies, and also just the platform. When you get those emails, you check in. And so all that has been assembled into a toolkit so people in the future can create their villages. And we've also essentially created VillageCo. It's established as a nonprofit as of last November. And so we're official. We have our bylaws. We have a board of 11 wonderful people from Boise and Seattle Village. And we also have a wonderful advisory board. And I think Andre left already. One of them is Andre and some of you out there. And Corbin's right here. And so we're chugging along. And so I would like to, last thing I want to say is I want to invite everyone here and all of you out there to continue to be part of creating this nest, VillageCo, and contribute to what is emerging. It is more about, instead of, we're not essentially creating like a product or a service, but we're creating a container, a space for, to be able to nourish what the future is, the potential for the future. And speaking of the future, I want to introduce Ariele, one of our board members, and she has a special announcement to make.
Thank you, Christine. I'm Ariele. I joined Village thanks to the invitation of someone who I just met online in 2020. And I felt so welcomed instantly, which was really heartwarming, especially being in a new city in which I could not meet any new people in person. And I was really moved by how Village by necessity is co-created, and that there was opportunity and actual support for people to contribute to that in whatever capacity they wanted based on their interests and skills. And when in early Village days, there was very little branding, let's say. There was a very simple, clean, but black and white logo with a very obvious icon that Jason, I know, put a lot of creative effort into. But I saw the opportunity to kind of expand on that. And there was greater need too, as more villages were established. There was work on developing a Boise village and villages within organizations that some village members were employed at and wanted to establish a village in their company. And so as a digital designer, I offered to work on some more interesting, friendly, accurate branding for Village. And I created a series of logos for each various village that emerged. Well, now we're at the point where we have all of these intermingled but like adjacent endeavors, like VillageCo is a 501c3. And so despite the fact that like there'd been new branding, incorporated recognizable logos, we also saw that Village was really, we're really pushing to grow. We want grant funding. We wanted to be able to continue to expand. And I felt that the logos that I had designed weren't sustainable or scalable for that, just due to the nature of the complexity of them and a lot of other considerations. And so what I wanted to unveil tonight is actually a new set of logos that are a lot more cohesive. They allow for use in a lot of different cases. And so they're going to look somewhat familiar. There's some familiar graphic elements in them. But Rob, if you could share the new logo screen.
Is that coming through?
It was another slide. There we go. All right. So what you see here is a logo for Village itself, VillageCo, the Giving Circle, which is something that Jason's going to discuss momentarily. And then we have some further branding for each individual village community. And so you may recognize this V. We've added kind of like a speech bubble element. Colors are still pretty familiar. But this is what you will see from here on out. This will be going on a future website and is currently on the VillageCo website. So yay, new branding. All right, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jason.
All right. Thank you, Ariele. I love those new logos. Everybody here loves them. How are you all feeling about them in Zoom land? I see lots of hands coming up. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for the awesome work on that. Thank you to everybody who's been participating in the program today. This has been really fun. So yeah, my name's Jason. I'm going to talk. I have a story for everybody because we're amongst friends. I feel like I'm just surrounded by friends right now. I've got friends here and friends there and family. And where are you going? I just thought I was surrounded by friends, then you took off. Okay, I have a story for you. Our theme is caretaking. We heard lots of messages about caretaking tonight, about caretaking, what it feels like when you're a part of a group that sees you, caretaking in terms of what you can bring into a group that others appreciate, and caretaking in terms of offering something to help improve a group like those logos. So my story is about Skinny Dipper Hot Springs. Skinny Dipper Hot Springs is the best hot springs in Idaho. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has an amazing view. It's up on the canyon wall and it looks down over this beautiful river. and you can just sit in there and soak, and there's trees around, and it's absolutely perfect. It's like a 10-minute walk up from the road. So it's actually like a little bit of a hike. So not everybody makes it up there, which is kind of nice because it's a little like, you know, exclusive. So it's a nice place. I've been going there for years and just getting up there and enjoying it. One thing I really loved about it is that it was clean. It was always very clean. There wasn't a lot of stuff laying around. There's other hot springs in Idaho that are not looking as good. So I noticed when I was up there that there was some people that were there pretty frequently. I'd see them there almost every single time, especially when I was up there on the weekends, like on Sundays. And so I got to chatting with them. And one day, one of these guys that I seen pretty regularly introduced himself to me as a caretaker of the hot spring. And that took me back for a second, because I was like, at first I thought, who's trying to own these hot springs? It's not your hot springs, these are my hot springs too, you know? So who's this caretaker guy? It's like, you live up the mountain and like own this thing or something. It's like, no, it's not like that. We're just taking care of it. Like, we pick up the trash and we take it out. Years ago, a bunch of us like put some cement down here to make it deeper. So it's like a nice deep hot spring. And, you know, we put the pipes in so that you can adjust the amount of hot water in here. So all the things that I had come to like love about this hot spring, that it's just like really special, these caretakers actually made it possible. And no one even knew about it. I didn't even know about it when I was going up there. I wasn't really even thinking about it. So, you know, I appreciated there were caretakers, and it kind of felt good to be a part of a place that there were caretakers, that someone actually really cared about that place and were taking care of it. Well, weeks later, I go back to the hot springs, same guy's there. This time he's talking to me again about caretaking. He says, Jason, do you want to be a caretaker of the hot springs? And again, I felt like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I just come here, like, I wasn't thinking about like taking care of this place, but he handed me a card. There's a little plastic bag, Donnie, on the table back there by the water bottle. Will you grab that for me? Thanks. He handed me this card, and it said, other side. Thanks, Blaire. Blaire's got you. This card is a laminated card, and it said Hot Springs Caretaker, Skinny Dipper Hot Springs Caretaker. And on the back of the card, it said 3 things we do as caretakers. Number 1, what do you think number 1 is? Pick up trash. That's right. Number two, they scrub the hot spring every single week on Sunday. They empty it and they scrub it out. And that's why it's so clean. There's no like moss growing and stuff. Number 3, there's a secret stash of tools up the hill, including trash bags. So if you're ever up there and you need to pick up trash, you don't have a trash bag, you just go up there and you get one. It's all ready to go, nice and easy for you. So really cool. So I took the card, I became a caretaker. It felt great. And I kind of felt like I owned that hot spring. So obviously, you know where I'm going with this, right? I wonder what I got in the bag. So our village also is a special place. It's really beautiful. It has a great view. I mean, I'm looking at the view right now and it's very beautiful. It's something that we want to continue on. It's a clean place. It takes effort to keep things clean, right? We all need to kind of contribute to that. It also is a place that relies on people who are doing some things behind the scenes, putting some things together that you might not even notice. And so this room has caretakers already in it. There's a lot of caretakers here, people who have been working behind the scenes to kind of make things happen. Well, in village style, we don't want to work behind the scenes. We want to work together. We all want to be a part of this process. And so what we're doing today is we're announcing something called the second membership. It's the caretaking group, and we're going to rename it once we all come together. We'll decide what an appropriate name is for that group. But for right now, we're just saying that it's something more than just your membership with Village Seattle, because just like me going to the hot springs, I'm a member of that hot springs, but it's something more when I'm handed that card and I decide I want to be a caretaker. And so this is the decision for you to make at some point. No pressure, not right now, but like soon. Do you want to be a caretaker of the village? And so here's a little caretaker card that I got with the new logo on them. You'll appreciate. And I'm going to, I'll pass these out here. And then anyone watching on Zoom, you can also get your caretaker card by going to villageco.org/caretakers. And we're going to email you tomorrow with a link, and you can get more information there. But what we're doing is coming together as a caretaking group. We're deciding how to keep things clean. We're deciding how to scrub things up, clean things. There's some things that just happen on a regular basis. We'll do it together. And then there is a secret stash of tools, like Christine was talking about. We're building this toolkit, and in this toolkit, it's really helpful for other people that want to take care of their hot springs. So we're going to build these tools together as well. And it's going to take a year. So we're starting a year-long process. By the end of this year, in December, we want to have our public version of these tools. And things are going to change quite a bit here for us. If it's going in the direction that we're hoping it will, that we'll have something to offer to the public. So the question to everybody is, do you want to be a caretaker? And I hope that your answer is yes. So with that, I'll hand out, if you want to pass around some caretaking cards there. All right. And I see Laura's hand up. So let me just make one more statement. If you've still got a question, Laura, let me know. In order to become a caretaker, you're going to fill out a form that's on our website, villageco.org/caretakers. Fill out that form, and then you'll be able to be involved however you want to be, but we're going to have regular meetings. So you can join a meeting if you want, and there's other ways to be involved. Okay, do you have a quick question, Laura?
First, feel free to laugh at my voice.
Okay.
Ariele already gave it a good one today. I do have laryngitis, obviously. But what I want to say, and this is not, while they are often interchangeable, for me, it's how they sound. Caretakers are more often used for parks, buildings, you know, houses that are not lived in or whatever, while caregivers more often referred to a human. So, you know, like if you're taking care of your grandma, you're a caregiver.
Yeah.
And so
I love that, Laura. Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of hms in the room over here when you said that. So all to the point that we have not named this group yet. And so when we come together, we'll find an appropriate name for it. But I appreciate you getting to the heart of what we mean and not getting stuck on the words. So thank you so much. Okay, so there is another important part of this. We are looking for funding. VillageCo is a nonprofit. We have some expenses we're trying to cover. And so to talk about that, I'm going to introduce a member of our fundraising committee, Ms. Iulia. Also, the host of our event tonight, our in-person event. We're at Iulia's place. So thank you so much for hosting us, Iulia. And I'll turn it over to you.
Woohoo. Thank you. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Iulia, and I am a village caretaker and caregiver. I just signed up, but so yeah, I don't know how many of you know that before I actually joined the village last year in 2022, I used to own actually a community-centered, I would say unconventional philosophical bar in Seattle, in Belltown. And the easiest way for me to describe that place to you is this. Think of village with a physical space and booze. Because this is really what it was. And some of you, like Christine has experienced it, and come to find out even Mur went there a few times, and then I think Isaac was there as well. So hello, we're all connected in the village. So that experience, so I was involved in that experience for like 7 years of my life, and it was extremely fulfilling, but also hard. And I think one of the things that I really struggled with was really figuring out ways to make the brand and the business financially sustainable. The first 2 years were the hardest because we had to work so much to figure out to generate demand and build the business to become self-sustainable. So when last year, Jason reached out to everyone in Village asking for financial support, I immediately contributed and jumped in to help because I knew what my experience as a previous business owner had been. And I knew how important it is for a small brand to receive that financial support, especially in the beginning after it's been launched. So I am here today as one of the caretakers and the speakers on behalf of the newly launched VillageCo. And I'd love to introduce you to the Giving Circle program. So any one of us who will contribute for at least $10 a month in 2023 will become a Giving Circle member. Our goal is to raise $1,200 a month for the Giving Circle. And the $1,200 is needed to be able to cover our operational, software, and salaries expenses that are needed to run VillageCo in 2023. And I would really like to think of just make a quick analogy, or like think of this in the following way. So right now we have 39 active Village Seattle members. If each of the active members is committing to contributing only $30 a month in 2023, we would actually be hitting our $1,200 monthly goal for 2023. Now, what I know is that some of us are willing to contribute even more than $30 a month. So I will continue the conversation with a first question. So who is ready to commit to pledge $100 a month in 2023 towards VillageCo? Do we have any? So we have Michael. Michael, woohoo! Yay! So we got Michael. We have Stephen. Yay! Da, 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 da. Okay, who else? I'm just looking. And probably we have a few more who aren't here. Okay, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much, Stephen. We really appreciate you and we love you. Okay, my next question. Who is ready to commit tonight to pledge $25 a month towards VillageCo 2023? So we've got Cindy. Yay! Thank you, Cindy. We've got Corey. Woohoo! Thank you, Corey. We've got me, Iulia. Woohoo! Thank you, Iulia. We've got Ariele. Woohoo! Thank you, Ariele. Yay! Okay, who else? And I'm pretty sure we have, I'm looking, I don't think I see everyone. Do I see everyone in the, okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone who has committed to that. And my next question, who is ready to committing to pledge $10 a month for 2023? Okay, we have Mert. Thank you. Woohoo! And Abby. Yay, thank you. And who else? No, Cynthia. Cynthia, it's Christine's friend. Yay, thank you. $25. Yeah. Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we will do, we will definitely send out an email with what has been pledged so far and updates in the next couple of days. And we know that there are other people who are interested in contributing. So we will follow up also with a couple of, like, I don't know, next steps on that as well. And I think Jason has a few more things that he wanted to add. But thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your support, and welcome, the ones who have committed pledging to the Caretakers group. I mean, basically, we're all caretakers and caregivers. So Thank you very much.
Good job, Iulia. Gave her the hard job of doing the fundraising. All right, so you can make those pledges now by going to villageco.org/caretakers. If you go to villageco.org/caretakers, you'll see all the buttons for all the different amounts that were mentioned, as well as more amounts. And so you just click that button to get your subscription started. So please do that tonight if you can. And if someone is willing to put that in the chat to make it easier for others to contribute, we'd appreciate that. Also, we'll send an email out tomorrow with that link. And the goal, like Iulia said, is $1,200 a month. So we'll be following up with everyone on how we're doing with that goal. Oh boy, we made it to the end of the program. That was so much fun. Well, thank you for everyone for coming out. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of our rally. This is an important part of, this is kind of like how we get activated. We spend every week in deep conversation. We don't want to invade our normal space by talking shop and talking about how we're going to build Village and all the future and stuff. So we have to do that separately. So I really appreciate you taking time to do this. Shout out to all those who came from all over the place. Kyle from New York and Calli from Colorado. Thanks to Rob for doing all our Zoom stuff behind the scenes in Boise. Thanks for coming out and taking care. I see Jackie's on the screen from Boise as well. Thanks for joining us. All right, and then we've got a special closing for you, which I'm going to impromptu change right now. So if you're up to being a part of a closing, come on up to the front right now. And we're going to do it without music, actually. This is going to be a little show for all you in Zoom land. All right, enjoy. All right, we're going to do a little can come together. Okay. Come on together. Come on up. Okay, come on, guys. All right, I'm gonna lead it here. Okay. All right, we're going to start with the left knee is up, and then down, and then right kick. Left up, right kick. Yeah, left up. Yeah, right kick. Yeah. Dun, 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 Awesome. Thank you. All right, thanks everyone for coming out. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed the can. Can you stop the recording, Rob? Thanks.